Hey there, friends. Thanks for joining me today. Hope you're all doing well. Halfway through the week, on the downside toward the weekend. So, how do you stay satisfied on a plant based diet? It's not a trick question. Think about it for a minute. You eat food. Don't be afraid to eat food on a plant based diet. Too many people are afraid to eat food and they follow a plant based diet because they've come to it generally for a lot of the same reasons that people come to a diet. Regardless of what it is, a lot of people come to this lifestyle to lose weight. A lot of people come to this lifestyle, because they have health concerns. But even when it's health concerns and it's not necessarily they have a goal of losing weight, we've been conditioned. It's almost like we have a PTSD throughout the years because everybody's followed diets in their life at some point. There's probably the small percentage of people that haven't, but for the majority of people have done at least one diet in their life. And diet usually means restriction. And I try to preach this over and over. I think restriction is just a recipe for disaster when you're eating plant-based. One thing I would invite you to do is go to Google, and I can't tell you the exact words. I've Googled it from time to time just because I want to see that chart, that little graphic again. Google like what 500 calories looks like in the stomach, and they'll bring up this thing that's got a comparison, and it'll show you how much 500 calories of oil fills up in your stomach, how much 500 calories of other stuff fills up in your stomach, and how much 500 calories of a better, of like a real variety of things that I generally recommend eating in the other one. And you will see that those good healthy choices are filling the stomach up. That's going to give you a satisfied feeling. Doesn't matter how good it tastes. There's things you can eat like there's Halloween candy around. Yeah, my roommate eats Halloween candy. Like a Reese's peanut butter cup. You can eat one of those things. I remember back in the day eating stuff like that. You can eat that, and I imagine it has a good amount of calories in it, and it's full of fat, and it's full of sugar and whatever. That's not going to last you very long. You eat that thing, you're going to be hungry before you know it. Besides a caloric amount that our body needs, we need a certain amount of nutrition as well. And so many people, I think, they bargain. They eat those bad things and then they neglect the good things, and then they wonder why this just isn't working out for them. I know it can be tough, and I think about this all the time as I live, I'm doing this by myself. I make my meals by myself. I eat by myself. I don't have to coordinate anything with anybody else. I don't have anybody else eating other food around me. Well, my roommate, but we don't sit at a table. He goes and eats his food. I'll eat mine. We generally eat at different times. So the point I'm trying to make with all that rambling there is maybe it is easier for me. Maybe it is more difficult, like, say, when you're trying to do things with a partner, a spouse, when you're also coordinating doing things with your children and there's food around. But in the end, it's still going to boil down to the things that you need to eat, the reasons behind not eating the things you should be eating to be satisfied on this are not going to change due to circumstances. So sometimes that's just something you have to work out within your schedule and within your situation, but it's pretty much a license to eat. I guess that's the part that I have coming from my way of doing it, my perspective, that I just don't get. It's a license to eat. I've never done another diet before or even just done anything. Like, I remember one time, God, this was back in the late 90s, I worked with a nutritionist, and I wasn't really necessarily trying to lose weight, but I was trying to, maximize gains and minimize gaining fat. So I had all these certain things that I was doing, and I was eating pretty healthy, but I was not satisfied because I just wasn't eating enough food, and I didn't have a license to eat. There still were those parameters like, okay, you've eaten lunch, now you're not supposed to eat again for this amount of time. I don't ever have that now. I'm never hungry, never. I think it probably sounds like I'm exaggerating sometimes, but even if, I mean, you know, yeah, I mean, I feel a slight like, okay, I'm ready to eat now if I'm out and about, but I'm always eating big. I keep myself satisfied. And if you are eating the right foods and you're not, you know, making those bad choices with the processed stuff, the processed food is not going to keep you full for that long. It's not going to satisfy you. So in the end, I just wanted to do a little quick one today. I didn't really have another video. So just eat simple foods. If you're saying, well, what should I be eating? Go check out some of my videos. I'm not saying you need to duplicate these meals or whatever, but you'll see kind of a flow of how I eat. Go check out a bunch of my what I eat in a day videos or what I eat today videos and just see, like, go across a few of them. You can speed that stuff up. You don't have to listen to the whole video. You can like get in there and just see what I've eaten for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And you'll see a pattern. You'll see ideas. You'll see, like, you know, if you were to go through like 5 of those videos, you'll see like different breakfast ideas, different lunch ideas. You'll see kind of the flow that I have. You know, I do have my one bigger meal of the day, but I don't have like, you know, small meals. All my meals are pretty much big, but eat. You've got to eat. Don't be afraid to eat. Don't try to push it up. Don't try to, you know, well, I'm going to wake up in the morning. And, I mean, if you're not hungry, if you genuinely don't feel like you want to eat when you get up, I'm not saying force food on yourself, but I think it's this kind of not eating in the morning for most people is a recipe for disaster. And people will argue about this, and I'm like, yeah, but you're saying it yourself that you're struggling on this lifestyle. It's, you know, you're having problems here, you're having problems there. So eat. I don't eat by hunger. I eat by meal. I eat when I'm not, I don't wait until I'm like, I really am hungry. I need to eat right now. And that kind of keeps me on point too. I eat kind of traditional. I eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I may not eat it always eat it at the traditional times that others do. I'll eat breakfast generally around 8 o'clock or so, give or take an hour. I'll eat lunch usually around, I eat an early lunch around 11, and I'll usually eat an early dinner around 3:30, 4 o'clock. But I'm eating 3 solid meals throughout the day. No, I don't snack a lot, and it's not because I feel like people shouldn't snack or have anything against snacking. I just don't need to snack. I eat all the time. And if you make those big choices, those good choices, I'll finish with that, the better choices you make, the more you can eat. The more you can eat, the more satisfied, and the less you're gonna make bad decisions. So anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed this one today. If you like it, please leave me a thumbs up. Be sure you're subscribed to the channel, and have a great rest of your week. Peace.